So, single life. So I'm now a complete shadow of my former self. I have no life at all. And I've taken up crochet. That's no disrespect to people who like crochet. Awkward. I grew up going to church, but it was only really when I got to the age of 18 that it dawned on me that Christianity might be true. I'd always thought that going along on a Sunday morning and hanging out at church with friends was just a way of kind of whiling away those sometimes boring Sunday mornings. But it was only when I got to medical school and I met some Christians who were different that I started to question that. I remember thinking, these guys are Christian nutcases. They actually seem to believe it's true, and they are in this relationship with God and seem to be changing their lives according to what they read in the Bible and the experience that they have with God. And so I started reading the Bible for myself, and I really liked what I saw in terms of the person of Jesus, and Christianity as a whole seemed to make a lot of sense of my life as well as the wider world. And yet I also read some of the stuff on sexuality, and that was a real problem for me because right from an early age, I had been aware that the relationship I had towards men seemed to be much stronger than that I had towards women. When I got to the age of 18, that I realised this wasn't a phase and that I was gay. And so I really kept God at arm's length for about 10 years. I would have said I was a Christian and I did go to church, but I also led this double life where I was sleeping around tons with guys. I was occasionally in relationships with guys, and I really didn't know what to make of it all. It was only roughly in my sort of late 20s when I got into a relationship with a guy that started to become serious. I really felt that I wanted to explore Christianity properly for myself and ask all the questions that I'd been asking for ages, because I wanted to work out if Christianity's true, then it changes everything. If Christianity's false, then I just needed to walk away and lead my own life on my own terms. I realised the following things through my research. Firstly, that I believe that Jesus is the way, the truth and the life, and that Christianity is true and the best representation of the world as we see it and the explanation of our world. But also, to my disappointment at the time, I came to realise that the more traditional or orthodox teaching on sexual ethics did make the most sense of the Bible as I read it and also of my own life. But maybe most importantly, I came to learn that Jesus loves absolutely everyone. All people are made in God's image, and God and Jesus loves every single person regardless of what identity markers they may use for their sexuality and for their life more widely. So once I come to this conclusion that Christianity was true and that the only way for me to live properly following Jesus was to either be in a marriage with a woman or to be single and celibate, I decided that I needed to break up my relationship with my boyfriend at the time, which I did. And that was hard. But what I realized is that I had so much more in my relationship with God than I had without him in my life. I had so much more with God and in the new community that I had in church than I did with my boyfriend, amazing though he was. In following Jesus, I have absolutely gained more than I have lost. I am so pleased that I have made the decisions that I have made to follow Jesus and be a single celibate guy.